Hey, this is DM Allen. Thanks for joining us once again for another week of awesomeness. Let's just get it started. Last time on Roll with Advantage, you make your way to Waterdeep. There is a looming dark cloud.
If you see the Viper, maybe ask real quickly if it's Bond, because he's disguised himself before you try and kill him.
Hey, guard, hey! That's not what I sound like.
Right before I disappear, I'm like,
I'll be seeing you.
You sent me to a vampire shop with a discount, and they didn't even have axes.
hey guys, just to recap, Taka, owner of T, he's probably a vampire because of that letter we found. And Winterscost told him that he needed to fight the people against each other, right? Because that other letter you found, Keo. Yeah, but you can't hear me, but I forgot. Also, these abominations, like the one that got on our ship, they're from the Kraken Society. He's got the tattoo right on his shoulder. Yeah, they're probably zealots that worship Slar Crithel.
10. You open your eyes. You are in the middle of a extremely messy room. There's a fire in the hearth, and there are like envelopes and papers, a lot of handwritten papers. There's drawings of crime scenes strewn out across the ground around you, and you've got your legs folded up. You're just coming out of your trance for your long rest because you haven't rested since the casino, the night of the casino. So you are just waking up.
Mm-hmm.
Looking around, Eloise is nowhere to be found. One of the news, kind of like newspaper clippings in front of you, or files or whatever. One of them is a statement about 5 mass lords killed. And then another paper clipping has 30 have disappeared and is talking about the disappearance of 30 different people, all within a similar area, all within a week. And
are these dated right, like this year?
No, they are all about 5 or so years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a few notes laying around. A lot of them are pointed to Lord Amcathra. What did you want to do?
I send a message to the ring. Hey guys, what's going on?
Not much. It wasn't my fault.
And you hear the town alarm go off, and you know this alarm to be only used in dire situations.
I send back another message. Does anyone know why the town alarms are going off?
No.
Would you lie?
I'm gonna guess that Bond has something to do with it.
I might be incapacitated at this point.
Yeah.
So I probably can't even respond.
You're frozen.
Actually, did we know that Bond was the one who caused it? Because
No.
I think,
No one I don't think anybody actually knew other than Bond.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because we were flying
real
across
guilty though.
we were flying across. We'd
Yes.
be flying across the city right now.
Yep.
So-
you and Manette thought it was because of you.
Bond, what did you do?
All right. I may have pretended to be the Viper. And apparently, that was a big deal.
Where are you right now, Bon?
The ship.
Okay, I teleport back to the ship.
Stop looking like the Viper as soon as you can.
Okay. You teleport back to the ship. I did want to make just a quick note. The five
Lords.
lords, that was actually dated this year.
Oh, okay.
So there's some openings.
There's some opening. Yes, yeah, there might be some openings.
Or some wealth that needs to be redistributed.
Right. So you teleport back to the ship, and currently Bon is there, like mopping everything up.
What is everything?
What you see is one of the abominations. They are.
Well, what's left of one of them?
Yeah, pretty well disposed of. Manette blew its head off of its shoulders, making quite the mess.
I say, Tin, look at this. I hold up the arm. Like, Kraken tattoo.
Yes, I see that. Why were you pretending to be the Viper?
I just...
What did you do that caused the town alarm to go off?
I was the Viper. Apparently he's wanted.
Yeah. And, by the way, while we're talking about wanted, I was with Eloise, my old friend from the Watch, and you're going to want to disguise yourself because you are also wanted right now.
Wanted for what?
The guard and the city watch thinks that you blew up the casino.
But I would never.
I know you would never. And I told Eloise that, but they have what they think is proof that you did this, and we don't have any proof that you didn't do it.
Do you know what their proof is?
The reason why you are the lead suspect is you're the one who called in the bomb threat. They've got no other suspects. So you're literally the only person that knew about the bomb.
That they know of.
That they know of.
What about all the flyers, though?
That is something unaccounted for. They do not know who created the flyers.
They're not necessarily the smartest detectives or anything.
Right. So that's why he's currently on the most wanted.
Well, shoot, I didn't think of that. I was just trying to warn some people.
Yeah, so City Watch is going to be looking for the Viper right now and looking for you. Town Alarm is pretty legit business, so you definitely need to disguise yourself.
Bond killed a guy.
Now,
What?
now has Bond been 4E7, or has he been just Bond as Bond?
So Bon has been forward E7 with the exception of
The Viper.
the Viper and flying off to the casino and the last couple seconds of the interview with the police.
4D7?
Forward E7.
That's his rich persona
His
that
alter
he
ego.
used. Yeah.
Okay.
He looks like the hitman,
Yep.
Agent
So
47.
he needs to do
That's
one
the
with the comb over and be 4E8.
So forward 47. I kind of established this a while ago, but just to confirm, 47 looks exactly like Bond, but like 30 years older.
Does he pretend to be blind, 47?
No.
Okay.
47 is just some rich guy who has no glowy eyeballs
And no wings.
and no wings and
And
stuff.
no hair.
And no hair, because I was like, I need to disguise myself. I know, I'll shave my head.
And he wears a suit.
And then I'm like, hat of disguise.
Didn't need to shave my head.
Yeah.
Damn it.
And then I was like, well, I already shaved it. I'm not giving it up. So I made the hat of disguise just show me as bald.
So,
I committed to this, so I'm going to commit to it magically, too.
it's like the Bond and I. You know, he looks like Yul Brynner.
I do appreciate that the most straight-laced of the straight-laced of our group is suspect number one within Waterdeep. It's because your naivete that
Yeah.
you just don't know how to navigate the waters, my friend.
But chick.
Speaking of naive, maybe I could just go talk to Elise or
We could talk
the
this out.
guards
No,
and
I-
explain that I
You'll
just
change
heard
all
about
day.
the bombing.
Bon, I already explained that to her. She can't do anything without any evidence. No one's going to believe you. So we need to find out who actually did it, and then we can clear your name.
See, at this point, if it were Kinian, not Bond, Kinian would just drag the body of the squid arm guy over.
Yep.
Drop him off
Right.
at the police station
Because you guys do know that
and help himself.
the one you
disappear.
killed in the sewers was the one who actually
Yep.
torched it, or at least that's what you believe.
So where were you when you were pretending to be the Viper and everyone freaked out?
Tease.
Yep, right
Okay.
near T's in the market.
Okay.
Really, I needed to be the Viper because I didn't want to implicate myself any more than I already had in crimes. And the Viper was the first one that came to mind that probably wouldn't mind being implicated in crime.
I mean, that's a pretty fair assessment.
Yeah, fair enough.
You've had worse ideas.
Yeah.
It didn't occur to me that he's notorious and like everybody
Probably
would know who he is.
already accused of crimes.
Thought
Yeah.
maybe he'd be a little more discreet with all of his crimes, but apparently not.
I send a message through the ring asking where everyone else is and if anyone has Keo with them.
I've got Keo. We're in the library at Blackstaff Tower.
I've got my best students working on forensic accounting right now.
Forensic. Oh, that's right.
That's how you take down the mob.
That is.
That's right. Okay.
Oh my gosh, that
And
is
then
so legit.
I have the Goliath. He's shuttling books, and then I have my worst students writing salacious articles about, masked vampires and, creatures in the mist and the plague.
Are you doing tabloids or are you doing a newspaper?
Yes.
Yes. Got to hit both markets.
Yeah.
Gotta diversify in today's
Think like
age.
1890s newspapers. That's what I'm doing. Like the attack on the
I don't remember reading any 1890s.
like the Spanish-American
newspapers, Ben.
War. You know how that was started by there was an explosion on a U.S. battleship.
Oh
in
yeah.
Havana, and then the papers blamed it on an attack, and without
Things
any,
just
without any-
spiraled out.
Well, Keo tends to extrapolate, so his paper is going to tend to extrapolate.
So Keo's writing news?
Yes.
None of you know any of that. He's explaining all of that to me to send to the ring, and I just tell you that he's running an experiment to see how many gullible students there are here at the academy. There's a lot.
And Keo does not describe it as salacious articles.
Yeah,
That's me, the player.
Yeah.
It's only the best news with the best words,
Shut up.
the best facts.
Stop now.
Is Manette currently studying the vampire stuff?
Sure.
Okay.
Vampires / the Kraken Society.
Yes. Oh, that's right.
That's what I was trying to
Yep.
find out. I found that they have a strong presence in Thornshold.
Yep. And in Waterdeep.
Waterdeep.
Yep. And that it's all underground. That's right. I remember you doing that now. So you guys haven't actually done any specific research on vampires then, but this might be the time to do it if you want.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
Figure out how to kill vampires better.
Yeah. Why don't you give me? I would take Arcana or History at advantage because you're in a pretty well-stocked library.
23 in both.
Ooh.
They're both +10. So
Ooh.
Could I do
Ba-bum.
could I do an Arcana check as to cures for vampirism?
Cures to vampirism?
Yeah.
Yes. It was loud.
So 17 on the die plus 5 comes out to 22.
22. What you found is the known cure for vampirism.
Stick to the heart.
The known cure for vampirism is actually death or divine intervention.
Oh. Well, both of those are kind of short.
Yeah.
These
What?
days.
What did Manette learn?
Manette learned everything that he needed to know about vampires. So Basically, running water is not a good thing for them. It deals damage. They can't cross actively running water. They can take the form of mist or of bats or rats, things like that. They also are vampires. Full-blooded vampires are paralyzed by a stake to the heart, not killed by a stake to the heart. The only time that they're actually killed is if they are, I believe, if they're staked in the location, in their burial location, or their resting location, or if they are put in a river while staked, or in sunlight while staked.
Bright light.
So, and it has to be direct sunlight, and that's what you're kind of picking up is this overcast. This being overcasty has developed a not so. It's not direct lighting. So the vampires are able to get around, maybe not well, but they're able to move freely. What else would you have learned? I think that's basically your basic. That's your.
I came up with another cure for them, though.
You know about their
How much
their
running
resistances. You can use like a geyser out of a decanter. Yep.
Just have
So
to
a
waterboard it.
pulse of water. It can't be like you splash a cup of water on them. It has to be like multiple gallons flowing.
I may have to disassemble the decanter from the ship.
Well, don't we have
Temporarily. Yeah.
Don't we have it on a quick connect, anyways?
Yeah.
I mean, that's,
Click. I
that's
mean,
how
the
it should
ship
be.
did just get rebuilt. The other thing that
Did
you
we know about the vampires when we rebuilt the ship, redesigned it?
you knew about
Yeah.
them, yeah.
Yeah,
yep.
we'd have done something smart like that. Let's be real.
So something else that you know is
quick disconnect.
regeneration. That they have health regeneration, which is something you guys already knew from battling them.
Yeah.
Their wounds were healing. They also can walk on walls and stuff. That is something that Bon and Kinian knew about. They also cannot enter residence without being invited. For what? Yes. So that is a big thing. Is they cannot enter a residence without being invited in.
If only our boat were a houseboat.
It is a houseboat.
It is a
You
I was gonna
have
say
rooms and you call it home.
Yeah, we
It's a
consider it
houseboat.
our lodging.
So, how did they get on our ship?
Good question.
It was probably that flyer that said, "Party, all welcome."
And
It's Tin's fault. She wasn't there.
Oh, that's why. That's
You gonna
why.
tell me that to
It's
my
only
face?
it's only a home if Tin's there.
Kenny's not interacting. That's Dan talking.
Yeah.
I know.
So is
that was me talking.
Is that why it never made it up to the crow's nest then?
Oh
Separate house.
no.
I live next door.
I'm
have no
the
roof.
neighbor.
You have no
It's
roof.
a duplex.
Oh my
I
god.
have
It's
a,
a separate mailing address up top.
a tent as a roof.
Yeah.
So just to be clear, if everybody is outside, vampires can come in
No.
No.
because it's nobody's home.
No, but it's still
no.
considered
You-
our house.
Yeah, it's still declared residence. When I leave my
Adam,
home,
that's a bad joke.
It's,
What?
It
It's a good
doesn't-
joke when only 1 out of 5 get it.
Nobody's home.
I like it. It was a good one.
I got you.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's some really, really obscure wordplay.
Is it gonna get worse when that
Bon-
baby comes out of your way?
Bond died.
Bond keels over in the middle of nowhere with a brain aneurysm. Incurable.
So that's what you know about vampires. Do you just
Do they have
basically
weaknesses aside from
sunlight.
the running water?
Sunlight's a big one.
Fire.
They have resistances, so you know about their necrotic resistance. and basically anything from non-magical attacks. Their weaknesses are going to be that they have sunlight hypersensitivity, and they also are weak to running water.
So, are there any artificers in the tower that may have built a sunlight device?
A flashlight?
A really powerful flashlight? Like,
Well, actually, a flashlight type of thing shouldn't be too hard with ruins because it could just, like, use a light spell to attach it to an object.
Right.
And
Have to
use...
be a
Well,
daylight
it can't
spell.
be. Yeah, it has to be a daylight spell, which I think is 6th level.
Which
Yeah.
Yep. So why don't
I
you...
ask around.
Yep. So what I'm going to have you do is a investigation check.
Oh.
I set the DC, sir.
Well,
No
daylight,
such thing
daylight
exists
can
in this
still be
world.
attached to objects.
What you get?
34.
Oh shit!
Ha!
He
And
looks
Impossible is
daylight can
35.
be attached to objects.
He looks for one
So-
and realizes it's been in his hand the whole time.
Yeah. Shit.
Where did I get this?
You've just been using it
It's
to
like a
read the whole
paperweight.
time.
It's a paperweight that I've had for years. And it's just been...
The good news is one exists. The bad news is that it is attached to a chariot that
Oh, a drift
that flies
globe, too,
through
yeah.
the sky every day.
Yeah, I think I think that's what you would find is a drift globe.
Old mythology.
And they've got a fair few. You can actually requisition one if you'd like, from the tower, just as is.
they can cast daylight, which lasts 1 hour, and they can do it once a day.
Yep. I think that's a really
And
good.
I can also do that.
There's thousands of them
Yeah,
in
drift-
the city because every night the city of the dead mysteriously drift globes enter the graveyard.
Yep.
And then they leave when the day comes. Thousands of them.
How
It's
many
kinda
can
cool.
I requisition?
I would give you one.
Okay.
You could requisition one for free. You could buy some off of the tower if you like, but it's going to be kind of a steep price. 1,500 gold pieces per. Which I think is steep for
Yeah,
a
that's
uncommon
Quite
item.
steep.
I'm
It's like
gonna,
3 times.
Kyo doesn't usually buy stuff, but I'm gonna buy one.
Okay.
Bond would buy one, but Bond does not have 1,500 gold.
So think of this as like buying your college books at the college, right? I mean,
That's
Can
why
I
it's
get
so
a
much.
used
So,
one?
they'll buy it back for a fraction of what I pay for it.
yeah. You
Great.
buy it for 1,500. They'll give you 10 gold pieces when you sell it back to them.
And you're looking at your syllabus and you're like, Professor Glassstaff, what a dick.
Yeah, and he doesn't even use it.
He doesn't even teach here.
Yeah,
To be fair, that's
I'm
more
gonna
like-
have my I'm gonna have my students buy them. No.
You need this for class.
I need to borrow it for your assignment.
That is the
What?
assignment. Make a drift globe and turn it in. I'll test it later.
Ooh.
Who wants extra credit? No. I'll pay 1,500 gold for one.
Okay.
Just because that's the sort of thing Kyo would want.
Bond's gonna spend some time with his book again.
Okay.
Just, he
After cleaning and stuff.
Yep, after cleaning, he's gonna go back into his room and just kind of peruse the Protected's book.
Okay.
It worked for him in the past where he's like, "Oh man, if only I was cooler," and the book was like, "I'll show you how to be cooler."
Yeah. Here you go, buddy.
So
Okay.
the book is now like shit hits the fan. This will bring it back. This will clean the fan off.
Hey everyone, I'm DM Allen. Thank you again for joining us for a wonderful episode. You guys have been absolutely amazing, making this show very fun for all of us. We are trying to kind of figure out what's going to happen for con season, because right now when this episode's going out, it's just about to start up. So hit us up on Twitter at DM's Table using hashtag #RollWithAdvantage. Let us know what con you're going to be at, what con we should be at to meet you. Give us a shout out and let us know. thank you so much for sharing us. That's the best way for our podcast to grow. Grow us by telling all of your friends about us, tell your family. Just tell as many people about us as you can. Share us on social media and let your nerdy friends know who we are. We don't put a dime into advertising, and so we really rely on you, the listener, to help us grow and grow this awesome community we're creating. I want to real quick talk about sponsor of the show. This week's sponsor is Audible. Audible.com is a fantastic audiobook platform that serves up over 180,000 books on your iPhone, Android. You can even get it on like MP3, you know, when you burn the disc back in like the early aughts, and then you can listen to it in your car with your CD player. You can help the show by going to audibletrial.com/RWA. That helps support the show. And listeners of Roll with Advantage will get a free book with a 30-day trial. We have an awesome book to recommend to you, Brandon Sanderson's The Way of Kings. It is absolutely amazing. It's the first book in the Stormlight Archives series. Brandon Sanderson comes up with this absolutely amazing structure for magic and just tells a wonderful story. The Way of Kings is read by Kay Reading and Michael Kramer, and it is really good. Go check it out. I also want to tell you about Incompetech.com. Incompetech.com is absolutely amazing. That's where we get almost all of our background music. Oh shit, a wild sample appeared. Anyways, they have absolutely great music. Go check it out. It's Incompetech.com. And that's all I've got for you today. Enjoy the rest of the episode, and I'll see you out on the internet. Bye, guys. So we're going to say hours have went by now. Okay? So I will handle yours, and then we'll go to Tin to chase down the information that she has. Bon, you're studying this book, and it's been kind of an eventful day so far, and you're very weary. And as you're studying this book, it's dry, and your eyes start to get heavy, and you're starting to slow blink, and eventually, you are shrouded in blackness. You hear this voice that comes out of the blackness.
Come to me, child.
Do I recognize it at all or no?
No.
Where are you?
And when you say that, it is the voice of a female. The female sounds scared and childlike. And the voice speaks out. It says,
I am everywhere.
And then you see this young girl, and imagine like blackness and a spotlight over top of this young girl, and she's sitting at a bed and she's praying. And by the expression of her face, she's been tired, she's been crying, and she has basically, like, she's called out to something, right? Think of this as like the start of a warlock. This conversation, it continues to go on between this child and this deep voice, and you watch as years go by, and the conversation turns to deeds that need to be done by this deity, about collecting objects and growing an army. And eventually this child, she becomes a full-grown woman, and she starts to question some of the things this deity is telling her. And then you see one evening as she's walking through the streets, she's attacked. She's attacked by a vampire, and she herself is turned to a vampire. Not understanding her powers, not understanding her thirst, she ends up killing all of her family. Your vision kind of zooms out, right? From this mansion. It starts with her standing over top of the bloodied body of her mother and father, and as it zooms through the hallways, your sight covers all of the help and her brothers and sisters, and it zooms out past that to the house, and you see on the door a bronze plaque that says Winterscost. And then you see another meeting with this deity, and she's begging to be released. She's begging to be turned back from her vampiric self. And the deity makes a deal. If she were to collect all the pieces of 6, all 7 pieces of 6, that she will then be turned back and set free from the vampiric curse. After that, you see blackness and you hear screams, and that's when you wake up. So, Tin.
Yes.
Bonds went away, and is there anything you would like to do before this day is ended? Basically, everybody else has already done things for the rest of the day.
I would probably wait for everyone to return back to the ship.
Okay.
So that I could then go out with everyone to explore the town.
Okay. So while you're waiting on the ship, Eloise boards the ship. You hear the feet walking on top deck, and she eventually finds you, and she says, "Tin, we need to talk. Bond's implicated in a murder. The guard they've found an old man's body with a dagger, a candlekeep dagger, stuck just below his skull."
Bong got played.
You gotta tell me now, where is he?
She opened that letter really easily.
The letter was that guy's back. So do you believe that Bond's a murderer?
What I tell Eloise is, you've been in the watch long enough. You know that things can be staged very easily. I would want to look at the crime scene and talk with Bond before we jump to any conclusions.
Yes. Do you know where he's at so that we can bring him in to talk to him? We have the corpse downtown right now.
I just kind of say that I had only recently returned to the ship and I don't really know where all of my friends are right now.
Okay. Playing coy?
Yeah.
Give me a deception, please.
Nice.
She lies to her friend like it's nothing.
So, yeah.
I don't know what to think about the situation yet, but I know that the city guard, once they have their mind set on something, and
you also know about Lord Amcathra. You know about him and his ownership of the guard, if that makes sense.
yeah, that's what I was trying to get at. Like,
yeah.
how they're very set on something, and then also the whole corruption element of, I don't trust them to be able to deal out justice properly. So
right.
Even though I trust Eloise, I don't want Bond to get arrested until I I know what's going on.
Right. You want to see the body, right?
Yeah.
So she takes you downtown.
Or the crime scene, I mean.
The crime scene? Okay. Yeah, she'll take you there.
Okay.
Just purely on your guys' friendship. You reach the crime scene, and it's just this back alleyway. You see this poorly cleaned up puddle of blood, and just like some trash and debris around. Do you want to do an investigation check?
Yes. I rolled a 5.
Oh shit. Okay.
You see Bond's fingerprints.
Can I do a perception check?
Yeah, so I would say yes. So
Okay.
the reason being is because you are trying to investigate what you see, and trying to draw conclusions from the scene, and nothing's coming to mind. So now you're trying to look deeper for more clues. That's how I'm rationalizing that.
28.
28. So you do find more. You find in this muddy back alley that there are footprints all around, and you notice that there is 2 sets of footprints that the guards have labeled as the suspect and the victim, and they are walking into the alley. What you notice though is there's the set walking away. They move from like a humanoid foot to more of a clawed foot, as if the being had transformed.
I ask Eloise if anyone has noticed that and what conclusions they might have drawn from it.
She is very surprised by this. She actually points out a set of footprints that they, including her, thought to be the exit of the suspect, going the opposite way. Instead of going deeper into the alleyway, they leave the alleyway the same way that they entered. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
They double back. And when you point it out, it's actually very clear at that point. Like there's an easy point of where it could have been missed, but when you point it out, it's very clear that that's what happened. Yeah. Outside of that, you don't get any. There's no other clues that might point one way or the other.
Well, I'm at least satisfied with the footprint thing, because that, to me, tells me that Bond definitely didn't do it.
Yeah.
Not that I didn't think he did it, but...
And this is also in the lower wards. You are in the foggy area, and while you're like talking with Eloise, you see behind her the fog kind of like coalesces and turns bipedal. And I mean, I'm talking like inches behind her, as if it was like almost shadowing her form. And you see this mouth come out of the fog and like bite at her neck. Go ahead. But
I was going to say I would want to cast daylight right away.
Okay. So you're like, you see this, and like the jaws come out of the fog, and they start to go around the neck, and describe what you do.
Well, as I see this thing coalescing behind her, I'm casting a spell, and like especially once I see the teeth, it's okay, daylight. So I just blast it. I position it like right above her head.
Okay.
So that way it can't even like try to hide behind her.
Okay.
And I hope that it does something.
Yeah.
Is the vampire's reaction that Eloise must have just had a really good idea because the light bulb?
Yeah. Right. Oh God. So what you see is so you.
Does it make any sound when it reacts? However it reacts.
Yes. So what happens is this light, it shines down on the vampire, and it lets out this like the screech, and you see the mist like instantly form and kind of shed off of this person. You recognize it to be the same vampire that you killed in Everland, and you get a really good view of this vampire this time. It is it looks to have been human previously. It is a male and is about your height. It lets out this like deathly screech and then turns into a flood of bats and flitters off into the sky.
Eloise, are you okay?
What was that all about?
That loud screeching noise you heard was a vampire that tried to attack you just now.
Really?
Yeah, you didn't hear the screech.
No, I heard it. But vampires are a thing of fable.
I thought she was conspiracy theorizing.
She
about
is,
vampires.
and that's.
Yeah.
I mean, so in this world, vampires are rare. So, I mean, this is.
They're about to be more rare.
Yeah.
They're going to be well done when we're done with them.
Oh.
I was mean, like, would her reaction be, "What? No way," or
I knew it. I don't even think she would ever consider vampires as a thing. Like, think of like the Boogie Monster, and you find out the Boogie Monster's real, like
Or like Bigfoot.
You're not like, I knew they committed crimes. It's like, oh shit,
They're real.
That's a thing. Okay.
The Bigfoots, they walk among us.
Yeah, I think she's receptive to that though.
Mm-hmm.
She says, okay, you're gonna have to explain. What are you talking about? Is it just that one?
Well, I actually encountered some vampires in Everland a short while ago, and I thought I had killed them, but I thought I killed one, but I obviously didn't. I've been noticing some weird shapes in the fog in this town.
Yeah, you mentioned that previously, like claws and stuff like that.
Yeah, and the vampire just like formed out of the fog behind you.
That's disturbing.
Yeah. So I don't know if the watch is necessarily going to believe that, but I think there's this is an indication that there's forces at play here that we don't know about. And so I would at least take the paw tracks and try to clear Bond's name off of at least this.
I'll take this.
Okay.
And we'll do what we can with it. I think I'll leave you with that. I'm gonna go. It sounds like we have a lot more work to do.
Yeah.
Are you going to look into the missing 30?
I'm thinking a lot of these things are connected. Not every single one, but a lot of things.
Like vampires have been here for like 5 years?
Potentially.
We never would have. We don't. I
Think
can't believe that's been under my nose.
That would be why you haven't been able to solve some cases.
Huh. This is going to change how our cold cases are dealt with now. I'll start looking into this and I'll try to clear Bond's name. Just make sure that he stays out of sight for now, so that some of the dirty guards aren't harassing him until I can prove him not guilty. We clearly don't have any grounds to incarcerate him currently, so I mean that doesn't mean that guards aren't going to take it into their own hands.
And I just kind of nod.
And I think at this point she has to go. She's off. Do you head back to the ship at that point?
When I send a message to the ring, can I send it to everyone, or
Yes.
can I send it to just one person, or does it have to be everyone?
You can do either. So you can send it to everyone or to a single person.
Okay. I sent a message to Bon. Hey, good news. You were just about to be accused of a second crime, and I got that taken care of. bad news. Your knife, or what really looks like your knife, was found as the murder weapon. Can we talk back at the ship? And I teleport to the ship.
So there's an old lady trying to get in a tease when we killed somebody in there. It was a vampire. Vampire slave, actually. So, yeah, win-loss. But not really sure if the right thing to do was to kill her, but it seemed like the only option. So, anyway, moving on. Old lady tried to get in. She was like, I want to buy a dagger. And I'm like, you can't go in here, have my dagger, because you can't go in.
Okay, so you gave your dagger away.
Yeah, I don't use it anyway. Just use it for whittling, opening letters. She said she was going to open letters with it, but I'm guessing she stabbed that guy instead.
Blood letters.
She might have sold it. You know, you don't know that she was the one who stabbed him.
Maybe it was a relative. I don't know.
Or maybe the vampires killed her, then used it to stab somebody.
I asked Bond to give me a description of the woman, and so that way if I see her
Okay.
or someone looking like her, I would be able to
Sure.
I'm all like, I can do one better, and I transform into the old lady.
Oh, nice. With the hat of disguise.
Yes.
I like it. Okay, so yeah, you now have it burned into your mind, the image of this old lady.
And while I'm an old lady, I say, I'm a poor innocent murderer.
So
I like to kill.
I send out I send out a new message on the ring to everyone, and I'm just like, hey guys, Gideon, Manette, and by extension Keo, you guys should come back to the ship sometime soon.
Oh, we established Kyo was going to live at Blackstaff Academy now.
I grab Q and
Forever.
teleport back to the ship.
And you hear, no! Oh, hi, Supper.
Oh, shit.
Quick question.
Yep.
What time of day is it?
It is after you've been released from your bond, if that's your question.
We ended last session and I turned into a bat.
Yes.
In bat form, does the ring work?
Yes, because it's still
You wore
technically
it when you
attuned
turned.
to you, so yes.
I can't use it to communicate because I'm a bat.
Right, but you
heard
can
it.
hear it. Yeah,
Okay.
you're lurking.
All right. So you hear no response from Kinian.
Which is
That's because he
not
speaks.
unsurprising.
He speaks in ultrasonics as a bat.
Yes.
Mhm. Very, very high pitched human ear.
Even
can't
like
hear it.
telepathically.
Do you guys want to do a long rest at this point and start the next day?
Sure.
Okay. Is there anybody that wants to wrap something up before the long rest?
If I recall correctly, you said I was done with chapter 4 at the end.
Yes.
Yes.
You have a spell section.
So I'm going to show that to
To others?
others. Yes. Look at what I did. No. Ooh.
So you can transcribe those even if they are not in your spell list, and you can still cast them.
Now, how does this work with because sorcerers have like a total number of spells known.
This will tack on.
Okay, so
So-
this is so I'll cast these like I'm a sorcerer wizard.
Yes.
Instead
Yep.
of- So I prepare them each day.
Yes.
Whatever.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So it's like multi-classing without multi-classing.
It's
So
Ben, your character's not powerful enough. We got to catch you up.
no, it's more a story boon. But
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Before the long rest, I just kind of summarize what's been happening so far.
Okay. Just like, are you doing a knowledge dump of the cold case?
Knowledge dump of everything going on with Bon and law enforcement,
Okay.
and that I've been doing some cold case research with Eloise
Mm-hmm.
without getting into like all the nitty gritty, and that tomorrow I think we need to do some investigations. Just so that everyone knows, like, why the heck were we told to come back to the ship?
Okay.
So
Okay.
just like, thanks for coming back. Let's talk.
Let's
like-
take a nap. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So a long rest happens. You all wake up, and the ship is shrouded in the morning mist, and there is still nobody on the ship.
I wait for the start because I expect vampires.
Did Manette info dump what he had in book learnings about the vampires?
Sure. Yeah, we could do a full info dump right before the bedtime, just to
Bedtime story.
Yeah, to synchronize everybody's knowledge. That make things easier. So, where do you want to start investigating first?
I want to go to the City of the Dead, and particularly the north part of it that touches on the North Ward.
Okay. So Tin is very particular in where she wants to go.
Now that it's morning, I would explain that 5 years ago I had been working on a bunch of disappearances, and they were on the northwest side of the City of the Dead.
Like literally on the other side of the ward wall.
And so I think that those might be connected to all the vampire stuffs.
So you head up to the northwest side of the City of the Dead.
And I'm been a bat this whole time.
This whole time? Are you riding on someone's shoulder?
I'm basically looking for a wineskin to have purchase to land on, because I've found now that it's a blessing being Batman, because it takes a lot less alcohol to get me drunk. So whichever wineskin I see of a party member, I'm basically clung to it.
Okay. Like eating from it?
Yes. Like suckling
Sorry,
from
but
it.
Kinian's not walking around. There are no ones.
Oh.
Son of a bitch.
I was gonna say, I don't
I stay on the ship.
I don't carry one with me.
And my still right now is making something other than booze.
Fine. Then I'm hanging on the bottom of the blunderbuss.
Okay. On the bottom of the thunder cannon.
Like on the tip of it.
Yeah.
Upside down.
Okay. All right.
I have the decanter of endless water from the ship.
Okay. Good to know. You guys are walking through this thick fog, and it's low. Tin, you're brought by your cold case to this very specific street. It's got a lot of old money homes, manors and mansions that are lining these sides. It's the lower part of the North Ward, so you're touching the trade ward. You're right on the border, so it's that part of town where it jumps from like really nice homes to super average to lower class homes. You notice on this arc of a street, one home stands out more than the rest, and it says on a newer bronze plaque from everyone else's. It has Amcathra Estate on this plaque.
Guys, I recognize this home. This home looks like this Winterscost lady's home. She killed all of her family.
Wait, Bond, how do you know all that?
Oh, I had a dream.
Because that did used to be the Winterscost's home. What was this dream?
Oh yeah, there's this young girl, and she's a vampire, and she killed all the Winterscosts.
Well, that explains why the Wintercosts all suddenly disappeared about 5 years ago.
Yeah, she's not actually that bad though. She doesn't want to do it. She's probably okay.
Okay, she still killed them all.
What was the Wintercost's daughter's name?
Would I have known
get
this
him.
from my investigatins?
Roll me a history check.
19.
19. So, what you remember, the main is it patriarch and matriarch?
Yeah.
I
remember
is-
the patriarch's name, but not so much.
You remember the patriarch's name as being Elamaster, and you remember the matriarch's name as being Zelda.
And Elamaster, is that like with an E or an A?
With an E. And you know that they had many children. They had 4 sons and 4 daughters.
Okay. And that's probably something we could look up in the city archives if we really needed to.
Yeah. Yep. Which would be in the castle ward if you would like.
Archives. I vote we go to the archives.
So, the Amcathras had moved into that estate right after.
It had to have been
Winterscost?
it had to have been within a couple weeks.
Okay.
From the city's perspective, the Wintercosts disappeared suddenly. A lot of people thought that they just up and left, which you guys now know to be not true. And the Amcathras, they came in and somehow acquired the deed really fast.
Mysteriously fast.
Mysteriously fast. I mean, even for this type of situation, it's super odd for another noble family to just come in. So there was whispers that there was a secret war, the Amcathras killed for the place. They were essentially nobodies, and effectively overnight took a hold in Waterdeep, and now basically vied for power. So
Almost sounds like they're just the Winterscosts in vampire form, renaming themselves.
yeah, quite possibly.
But okay. So if Minette and Keo wanna go to the archive.
Yep. So we're gonna stick with, because we broke the rule last time, we're gonna stick with the party of 2. So you can only have two halves. You can't split any further than that.
I think this creepy place will still be here when we come back.
Yeah. And are you have you walked up on this place, or have you just kind of walked by it, or just from afar?
Walked by it.
Okay, so when you walk by it, this house is decrepit. It's a very nice house, and the house itself does not look in disuse, but the grounds are overgrown and dead. There's really dead vines wrapping up around the wrought iron fence. Kind of thick vines, but they're all very dead. You notice too, as you're
like their masters.
Yes, you notice too, as you push the fog through, the fog actually makes its own vines, and kind of wraps up around your guys' legs and releases as you move through the fog.
I remind the party that they probably have the layout in the building and planning section.
Are there any people walking by?
Perception.
13 plus 8, 21.
There are very few people walking by, but you do notice a shadowy form that dissipates into the fog down one of the alleys. You look back and it's the solid form, and then it just wisps away into the fog.
Guys, we are not alone.
You hear a loud cheep 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 cheep, and I start flapping my wings, and I move to take off from the boomstick.
And
Okay.
I tell Kinian, hey Kinian, I can teach you a cool trick, how to breathe fire
Oh shit! What?
as a bat.
And I release from the boomstick,
Yeah.
and take flight toward the house, and I hear breathe fire, and I land right on Keo's nose.
like you go straight for the house, and then you just do a quick 180.
Yes.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
So quickly, I'm like, okay, and I pull out a couple peppers, and I have Hootie appear, and each of us has a swig of the Kobold Shine, and then I shove a pepper in both Hootie's mouth and Kenion's,
Okay.
and I'm like, okay, you can breathe fire now.
Cheep, cheep.
And I cast Dragon's Breath on them.
Oh, shit. Is that like the potion, so they've got 3 charges?
It's I can concentrate for a minute, and they can use their action during that time to breathe a 15-foot cone of flame.
Oh, shit. So what do you guys want to do for the next
little
minute?
bat.
You could have done that just by striking a match in front of my mouth.
Keo always
Keo
goes for
likes
the
to show
overkill.
off.
Yeah.
Keo likes
take-
to show off.
Take flight to survey. I'm going to do like a flyby around the manor. Cheep,
Okay.
cheep.
Yeah.
I have Hootie follow with him.
Okay.
I don't usually send Hootie into battle, but I am this time.
Perception from both of you.
I think I have advantage.
Oh, come on. 13.
Advantage on perception checks on hearing. So I'm going to be pinging the building with
Okay.
my hearing. Because I can't see shit because I'm a bat.
So I have advantage on ones with sight because it's an owl.
See no evil, hear no evil.
Yeah, and the first roll is better.
16.
Don't forget the most important: be no evil.
And 16.
Nice. All right. So what you guys perceive is that there are servants inside of the house. Kenyon, you hear this very nice piano playing. It is very calm, classical type music, and Hootie can see a human, a very wealthy looking human man, walking between the windows.
Now I can see through Hootie's eyes.
Yes.
Does
I assume that's what you're doing.
Yeah. Well, Hootie's seeing too, but
Yeah.
is it anybody who's familiar?
No. But you definitely have a good view of this person, and they have a specific symbol, like on their chest, almost like how you have your Emerald Enclave. They have a symbol of like a horseshoe and a farrier's hammer, in a stylized pattern.
Is the horseshoe lucky side up or lucky side down?
Lucky side up.
So it's like a U.
Yes.
Okay.
I think what you would also hear with a 16 is a minor conversation. You hear two of the helps, the servants. You hear them. One says, "Hey, did you see what they did to Taka's face?" And the other one says, "It was nasty. That guy looks like hamburgers." And the other person says, "Do you think that's gonna happen to us?" No. The mistress, she's got the overcast. We'll be fine.
I look for a point of entrance to get closer to the music.
Okay. Give me another perception check, please.
Using my echolocation, I will find a hole. A 9.
A 9. You're flapping around this multi-storied mansion.
Kind
That's
of funny 'cause
decrepit.
I rolled a 9 too.
You did? Man, you guys are in sync tonight.
But it's decrepit.
Yeah.
There's gonna be holes.
I'm thinking about commanding Hootie to burn the place to the ground, but Hootie didn't hear it though, so Kenyon hasn't said anything.
So with a 9, I think you can get in. You find a hole. It's in the attic. Think of like What's those like? It's like a turret, right? There's just this. You know what?
Belfry.
A what?
No, crap, what is the term?
You know what I'm talking about, though,
We
right?
have one on my house.
Yeah. It goes like just up and it's like got a little window on it, and usually there's like a weather vane that's up on top of it, type thing.
Steeple on the house?
Kind of.
Hmm.
And this is just like the house. A small portion of the roof extrudes.
And
Like the
basically
steeple?
there's slats, like,
Yeah.
and I crawl in through the slat.
Yep. There's slats. Hootie can get into this hole as well if you'd like.
Sure.
Okay.
Hootie's living dangerously because I can bring him back.
Okay. Are you guys stealthing?
I'm a bat.
Sure.
Heck yeah, I'm stealthing.
Okay. Stealth rolls for me, please.
So, the best of my idea, I'm stealthing, because every time I pop off an echolocation, I'm making noise.
Right.
12.
12. Okay.
I stealth at a 4.
Oh shit. So
I rolled
here's
a 3.
Okay. So here's what happens. Like Kinian just like swoops in and goes in between the small area between the slats, and Hootie comes in and just boom right into the slats itself.
Damn that glass.
And whack. Hoo.
Yeah. And like clucks at the clucks and snaps its beak at the slats, and eventually like squeezes through.
Sees a mouse.
Yeah.
Starts chasing it.
And you both are in this area. Hootie falls with a thud on the attic floor, and you can see both of you can perceive many bats hanging up in this attic, and they all like kind of turn their heads to you, and then they go back to sleep.
I instruct Hootie to like hang upside down.
Describe what you're trying to do. Are you trying to just move your way through this house?
I'm looking for a way to get into the house so that
Okay.
I can get a better listening position.
You find a spot in the attic, where the trap door is that they pull down to get up into that to the attic. You find a crack, and it's overlooking this hallway, and you can hear the music. It's very strong in this area, and you can see a few servants walking by here and there, and you see this very wealthy human male, same as what Kyo was able to see. Roll me a perception again to see if you pick up any extra conversation.
That is a 21 with a...
Nice. You hear the piano. It starts to wane, and it eventually comes to an abrupt stop. And you hear two voices. Both are very soft in tone. My mistress, I do not know what overcame me. Let me explain to you something, Taka. Your lust to kill the living is going to get us outed. There was no reason to attack that cleric in broad daylight. I understand, mistress. I regret my decision. Well, of course you do. Your face looks like hamburgers. I gotta kill her. I've got to, mistress.
Did Tin tell us that she was attacked?
I don't
think you did. Because Kinian's reaction upon hearing this is basically Batman is going to rage and engage immediately because I've suddenly just heard of a cleric getting attacked.
Sure.
Yeah, I think it would have kind of...
I don't know that it was...
Not that I forgot about it, but it's just there were so many other things to tell.
So you can't see these characters currently. If you want to, you can try and fly out and find the window that they're like having this conversation at.
No.
No?
Kenyon becomes full size.
And then you just go down and start looking?
It drops under my weight.
Shit.
Boom, baby.
Okay.
So the moment I'm overhearing this, like, rage is welling up within bat form.
Yep.
And upon hearing that Tin was attacked, and basically I didn't hear about any of this. I just knew that she was gone. So I'm putting 2 and 2 together.
Mm-hmm.
Which for Kenyon is...
It's tough.
It's,
you know,
yeah, probably
the
thinking
smells.
5, but, 2 and 2 is actually 4.
Yes.
Yeah.
Basically, I drop the bat form right on top of the hatch.
Okay.
Becoming full weight, full size.
Yeah, which
and probably crashing
out the trapdoor. Yeah.
Correct. And I enrage.
Okay.
And Kenyon's not the smartest stealth man.
Yep.
And I basically scream out, Tira! And then charge down the stairs, not even weapon drawn.
Okay.
I'm running straight toward the voices.
Hey, thank you so much for listening. What a fantastic episode. We cannot wait for next week's episode. We hope you stick around to find out what happens next. If you want to find out more about the show, about our characters, or things like that, go check us out on dmstable.com/RWA. DM's Table has awesome blogs. They've got cool information on there about writing new adventures and things around D&D. You can find a giant archive on all our episodes. DM's Table has got information on how to contact us through Twitter or Facebook or things like that. Go check it out, and we'll see you out on the internet. See ya.